Hello and welcome to the show, and welcome to another 2x2 Napoleonics. This is the Battle of Durnstein, 11th of November 1805. The Austrians have capitulated at Ulm, but Russian forces remain in the operational area. As the bulk of the Grand Armée move towards Vienna, Cossack scouts alert General Kutuzov to a small isolated French corps on the north side of the Danube. The Russian commander prepares a trap for Marshal Mortier. The Battle of Durnstein will start at 0800 in the morning and each turn will be 1 hour. Russian reinforcements will arrive from 1 p.m. General Kutuzov was pretty laissez-faire with this battle by all accounts, so he and the Russian Reserve Division will have to roll for activation from 10 o'clock in the morning. The French reinforcements will arrive from 3 p.m. The dominating features of the battlefield are the River Danube to the south and on the high ground the dense woods to the north. The main villages are shown here: Durnstein, Ober- and Unterleuben, Rottenhof and Stein. The French Corps commander Mortier is located east of Durnstein, with one of his divisional commanders, General Gazan, with his troops forward in Rottenhof. General Dupont and his division will be arriving from the west. For the Russians, General Miloradovich and his division are located just to the north of Rottenhof, Essen and his division around Stein, with Kutuzov having a big fat boy breakfast further north yet. However, he's quite chilled because his plan involves Doktorov's division going around the north of the French and cutting through the woods and the hills and getting them in the rear. Sorely outnumbered, the French corps, or at least one of the divisions of the corps, await the arrival of the Russians in the valley. They've got the high ground to their left with the woods, and up the valley here to the left of the Danube come the Russian horde. So Kutuzov has a cunning plan, looking south down the valley of the Danube with the high ground and the woods to the right. His first division with Miloradovich is going to smash into the French there. There's not many of them. He's got another division behind with Essen, but his cunning stroke of genius is to send Doktorov over to the west so they can sweep down through the woods and cut off Mortier's corps. Will that go to plan? We shall see. 8 o'clock in the morning, and Miloradovich will order his troops to move forward and also be opening fire with his guns. We've got the lead group, and the rest of these guys will come around. I think the cavalry just hold back for a moment. French battery will open fire on these infantry. First fire bonus. 1, 3, no effect. No French movement, they're going to wait here. The Russian battery now will open fire on the Legere in the village. First fire +1, but -1 because it's a built-up area. C. As target disrupted, and no melees. 9 o'clock. They will continue to advance and smash into the French Legere here. They will move up on the flank. I've decided that infantry can't contact cavalry unless they're disrupted, so I'll allow them to move back a bit. Defensive fire from the French. Firstly, the Legere here. First fire bonus +1, so that is 4, and that's no effect. And the battery here will open fire at these infantry. Again, +1, 6, disrupted. So just the one melee to resolve. Miloradovich, the divisional commander, is involved for the Russians, so they're +1. Which means they win by 1. Loser routes. Let's check to see if they've survived. 1 or 2 they don't. Okay, fine. They will go back here and are disrupted. It's an optional follow-up, but am I going to do that? Not yet, I don't think. Right, French move. Divisional commander Gazan will go over here and try and rally these chaps. These will start to move up. Second line of defence. Cavalry, I think I'm just going to skedaddle around here, out the way. And Mortier will move forward. Rally. These are 6. Doesn't get it. They'll need a 5. And they do get it. The Russian guns will open fire at the village here. And these infantry fire at the battery. Guns first, straight roll, 4 is no effect. And these infantry here, again, no effect. No melees to resolve, end of turn. Now 10 o'clock, I'm going to roll to see if the reserve division here with Essen can move. 5 and 6 he can. No. And is Kutuzov interested yet? He is, okay. Well, he's going to come down here. These infantry will come in here. They will now close in with Miloradovich. Cavalry will just hover at the back, and these infantry will move around. Defensive fire by the 2 French battalions. This one here first. First fire bonus, but that's no good. Russians make contact. And the second one here, no first fire bonus, that's pathetic. The battery will continue to fire at these. It's +1 because of the range. Canister. 5. Well, that's target pinned, they're already disrupted, so that's no effect. And these chaps will fire out of the village at them as well. It's first fire for them. That's 5. Again, target pinned, but they're already disrupted, no effect. Right, 2 melees to resolve. We'll do this one first. French are disrupted, and the Russians have got their divisional commander with them. Russians are +3. Which is 5-3, win by 2. Loser routes again. Are they destroyed? Yes. Those Legers are gone. Optional follow-up, they won't at the moment. Right, this melee here. That's a win by the French by 2. Russians will rout, and they're killed. So they have gone. Optional follow-up, the French will not. Right, French move. They can't because they're pinned, so they're going to stay there. I think they will go into them. They will come up here. And this battalion here will also come out of the village over here. I'll hold off at the moment. Mortier will move in. Corps commander goes with this battalion. Rallying, they need a 5, they don't. And the Legers in the village need a 5. Wrong. They need a 4, but they don't either. So these will fire at the French as they come in. +1 bonus, 4, no effect. So we have a melee. And these will fire at the guns. No effect. These will not fire. So it's French battalion with Mortier, the corps commander, in support, smashing into the forward Russian battalion, who also has his divisional commander there. It's +1 each. Ooh, 6, wrong, 7-3. Win by 4, that is destroyed. Has the divisional commander been hit? No. So he can move away. So the French line is just about holding here. Well, the big hand's at 12 and the little hand is at 11. Is General Essen going to get a move on? No, he's not. He's quite happy there. Kutuzov goes past. Further south in the valley. What to do? Right, I think this battalion will go and assault with divisional commander. Radovich. These chaps will go in here. They will come here. And they've got to do a recovery rally. I think that's it. Right, they will need a 6. They don't get it. French firing this battalion as the Russians go in. That's hopeless. No effect. This next battalion here. Ooh, 6. Now, that's first fire as well, 7. And that is target routes. So have they been destroyed? Oh my lordy, they have. And what about divisional commander? Now he's okay. Well, he's going to hop back with them. They've gone. And from the village of Rotenhof, these Legers will fire at that battalion, supported by the guns on their left. So Legers first. No effect. Guns +1. 6. Disrupted. Well, they're already disrupted, so no effect. So just the one melee to resolve here is even Stevens. That's a victory by 3 for the Russians. And that is loser destroyed. French have gone. It's an option to follow up. And do you know what? This time I think they will. Massive hole appears in the French left and rear. French movement. Alright, Mortier and this battalion will move forward. I think they're going to swing around, and desperate measures, they will charge them. They will move forward here. In fact, they'll go in as well, so it's 2 on 1. And this battalion will move over here. A rally for the Leger in the village, yes. So if they want to move next time, they can. And again, the same for the guns, no. Needed a 5. Right, so it's shooting by the defenders here against the cavalry as they come in. They're on the flank, so it's -1. In fact, it's -2. I missed that earlier. So that's only a 4. In fact, so they can't do anything anyway. So they're not going to fire because that means they're pinned. Not that it makes a great deal of difference. These will certainly fire at them. No effect. And over here, these will fire at the gun. No effect. And the battery will fire at the Leger in the village. 6 -1 is 5 pinned. So the dragoons have smashed into the infantry here. This will be interesting. +2 for the French. Well, that's 3 difference, 5 difference, so they are destroyed. And they've got to follow up, so they're going to get up over there. Over here we've got 2 battalions of the French with the corps commander Mortier against 1 battalion here and the divisional commander. 2-1 to the French. Which is 7-3. Ooh, defeat my 4. They're gone. Smashed. And they've got to follow up. First of all, let's see if the divisional commander is killed. He isn't. They've got to follow up. And they'll go straight forward there. And like I said before, those cavalry will evade. Probably need to write some sort of rules for evasion. Well, it's now midday and the French are doing well. They are holding back Miloradovic's division, in fact destroying them. Essen is still fanning around up here, but another hour or so and Doktorov will start moving through the woods. So old Jobby, Mortier, needs to be careful. Well, I think, to be honest, for the Russians, they are just going to hold fire, literally. Their hussars, light cavalry, they're not going to do anything against them, really. They're disrupted, can't move, and the battery is there. Kutuzov will also stay at the rear. Right, what's Essen doing? Needs a 5 or 6 to deploy. Gets it. Nice. And they're coming straight down the road. The second echelon moves in for attack. Further down the valley, the guns and the Leger will continue firing. Guns first. No effect. Leger. No effect. French move. What to do? Well, I think they'll just make their line here. Mortier's there. We'll get them to move up. So we've got a nice line there. Rally these. Yes, because Kazan is attached. And I think that's it. We'll get the cavalry over as well. Shooting by the Russians. No effect. No melees. End of turn. It's now 1 o'clock and Kutuzov's master plan is going to come into effect. We've got Doktorov's gang. And we're going to start filing down through the woods. And they've spent 12 hours, I think, in reality, getting through the woods and the hills and the snowstorms. It was a pretty torrid time for them, but they're on the move now. Kutuzov will just hop over here. These battalions will come down. And there's a load of them. And what's left with the front division, they will stay there at the moment. They need to rally. In fact, old Miloradovic will come over, try and rally them. And I think that is, yes, well done, finally. But guns and Leger will be firing. They're pinned again. And the Leger, no effect. Nobody else can fire from the French. No melees. French move. I don't think they're going to move, actually. Shooting. These will fire at the battery. No effect. And the guns, I think I forgot them last time, at the Leger in the village. No effect. No melees. End of turn. 2 o'clock. Passage of lines from the next division with old matey Essen. They'll just keep piling forward here. They'll rally. 5, yes they do, because old Miloradovic is there. And Doktorov's gang, this lot are going to go slightly further over this way, winding their way down here. And this lot are going to weave down here. French battery and the Leger will continue to fire at that Russian battalion. Guns, no effect. Leger, pinned again, no melees. French to move. I don't think they are going to move. Russian firing, they will fire at the guns. No effect. Russian guns will fire. No effect. No melees. Time is ticking on. Right, we're in for a bit of business now. They will move over there. They will come forward here. They will come forward here. I've forgotten the divisional commander. He'll come in here. As I say, they will come in there, I think. Why not? Doktorov continues his move. But also, because it's 3 o'clock, we have the arrival of Dupont's division. The Leger are out front. We'll rally here. No. French battery will fire. 7 because of close range. Ooh, now they're going to rout. They do rout. They're not destroyed. So away they go. Leger will fire at these. Ooh, 6. Disrupted. Good shooting by the French. And the rest of them be firing at -1. No. 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 4 is no effect. No melees. French move. I've already moved Dupont. So no move for the rest of them. Rallying. No guns and no for the Leger. Shooting by the Russians. So this battalion here firing at the village. Oh, no. And of course the guns are stuck behind. I should have rallied them. I'm going to do that now. No, they didn't either. And that gang at the back. And shooting this lot here needs 6s to do anything. Right, they're pinned. No. They need 6s to do anything. No. No melees. End of turn. Right, it is 4 o'clock. They're in. Massive assault on the French line. The Tsars will come round to the flank. Kutuzov will move in as well. Cavalry will move forward. This division here. Right, here we go. Russians suddenly bursting out onto the valley. They're splitting the French force here, and they could be in a bit of bother, could the Frenchies. As the Russians steam into the thin blue line, the French will get their defensive fire. We're starting on this side, +1 because Mortier is there for no effect. This lot here, no effect. This lot here, 5 is pinned, so they didn't make it. The battery here, I think they'll be firing at the cavalry. No effect. And the Leger here at these, I forgot about the divisional commander attached to this, +1, 6, 7. They rout. Now, first of all, are they destroyed? No, so they just rout, and away they go. Pushing them back, so they're doing well in the village. So we're into a bit of melee action. Mortier, the corps commander, and one of his battalions, which is pinned, is attacked in the flank by the Hussars and to the front by the Russian battalion, with Kutuzov no less. It's 2-1 to the Russians. And that, I'm afraid, is 8-3 +5. Loser is destroyed. What's happened to Mortier? He's okay, so he's going to hop back with the cavalry there. And they have to advance. Next combat is +1 to the Russians because the divisional commander Essen is there. And that is 7-2, and I'm afraid again that is a smash kill. French are gone. And they also automatically follow up. French move. Mortier, and more importantly, old matey here, Gazan, needs to get a grip. They are getting smashed. They need to pull back. So they'll go back here. And the rest of them need to rally to move. On the left. No. Guns. No. The Leger in the village. Yes. But they can't move yet. Shooting by the Russians, they will fire at them. No effect. Battery will fire at the Leger in the village. No effect. And no melees. And over here, the Leger are going to go straight into that battalion with old Dupont. They will come down the road, as will the rest of them. These cavalry will swing in. Defensive fire by the Russians. 3 +1 because of first fire, no effect. And now we've got a melee. +2 to the French. That's a win by 2. The loser routes, let's see if they're destroyed. No, they're not. So they're just going to get pushed back into the woods. Optional follow-up, and the French will not. Synopsis at 4 o'clock. Kutuzov's plan is going nicely. Doktorov's division is smashing through the woods here. Dupont is arriving, but it may be too late. Mortier is trying to extract this division here with Gazan, but they're stuck up the front there and they're getting surrounded by the Russians. This could go very nastily for the French. Right, what's going to happen here? These hussars are going to come around the corner there and give protection to these battalions. They're going to come up. They're going to come up. They'll go there. And the rest of this lot are going to come into the back side of the French here. The rest of them need to rally. No. At the rear on the right. No, because they're disrupted, and yes, because the divisional commander's there. The guns, well, they don't need to necessarily. Further over here, Turov's going to get his division to start fanning out. They need to rally. Need a 6. Get it. Okay. Can't do anything just yet. And this lot here. So French firing this Leger, will be firing at this battalion here. No effect. Over here, this battalion will be firing at them. No effect. Guns will be firing to their right as we look at 6. Target disrupted. Well, that's that lot there on the right. 1 melee to resolve. This group here getting hit in the rear. Don't think it really makes any difference. They'll just swing around. +1 to the Russians though, because Kutuzov is there. Win by 2. Loser routes. Well, they're surrounded, so they're going to die. Optional follow-up. Yes, they will. They're going to smash into the artillery. Right, let's get rid of them. 0 for the Russians, -3 for the French, because it's the artillery. So that's a win by 3. Loser destroyed. Optional follow-up. This time they will not. Over on the left, they need to rally because they've been firing, so they can't move. Those Leger will swing in there. They'll swing into there. The rest of them will carry on down the road. I think Dupont will swing around here. Cavalry will just pull back. Desperate times for Mortier. These are dragoons, they're hussars, so he's going to go for it. And these Leger here possibly should have been rallied. I'm not quite sure about that. They all extract. Come down the road with Gazan. That's it for the French move. Right, shooting by the Russians here. First fire. 4, no effect. And here 7. Well, they rout. Are they destroyed? They are. Oh dear, smashed. And therefore we're straight into the melee here. It's +1 to the French because they've got the divisional commander, which is a win by 3. And that is loser destroyed. Optional follow-up, they will not. And this cavalry melee here. +3 to the French, -1 to the Russians. So that's going to be 5-3. Lucky. So that is loser routes. Are they killed? No. So they're just going to get pushed back. Optional follow-up, the French will not. So the French are looking pretty precarious at the moment. This front division has been all but annihilated. There's a Leger battalion here with a divisional commander Mortier across here with some dragoons, but that's it. Further back, Dupont is trying to fight his way through to relieve them, but Doktorov and his division are pouring out of the woods, and looks like they've cut them off. Right, Russian cavalry are in. They are going to bang into them. They're going to come with them. They need to rally. They're going to swing around. And they will go in the side of the cavalry once they've been pinned by the hussars. The rest need to rally. No. No. And back here. Yes. And yes. But what are they going to do? And the artillery, yes. They'll come down here. Those cavalry will charge in. They can't move. These will come down here. Cavalry will evade. They will move in there. They'll come over. And these other chaps will just be a blocking force. Right, firing by the French. They'll be firing at the Russians here. Out the side, -2. No effect. This battalion here. First fire, 6. Disrupted, so the Russians didn't get there. Over here, these firing against the cavalry. +2. 7. Cavalry rout. Are they destroyed? No. Back they go. And here. 6. Disrupted. They didn't make it. So after all of that, there's just one melee left, which is the dragoons with Mortier here, surrounded by 2 cavalry groupings, hussars and dragoons, and some infantry have joined in with the divisional commander Essen. It's actually 3-2 to the French, because these are dragoons and they're like cavalry and the rest are supporting, so not ideal for the Russians. They've been a bit stupid there. 9-7, win by 2. So they're going to rout. Are they destroyed? Well, they are. Hussars gone down. Optional follow-up, they won't. So they're going to have to turn and face, and they'll turn and face the Russian dragoons. So French, they'll go in there. They'll go into there. They'll come here, and I think that's it. Defensive fire. No. And here. 5. This target pinned, so they didn't make it. And they'll fire at them. No effect. And they will fire at them. No effect. Right, clash of the dragoons here. Mortier is given a +1 to the French. So that's a +2. The Russians will rout. Have they been killed? Oh, they have. But Mortier will not follow up. And over here it's a net 0 for both sides. A reroll. +2, they will rout. Oh, in fact, they're destroyed. Optional follow-up, they will not. Well, things are remaining desperate for the French. Certainly this forward division, which is down to the Legere on the right there as we look. And Mortier with his dragoons. Over there, Dupont is floundering a little bit, trying to push through. And it's also started to get dark. Right, they are in. Kutuzov is there. They will push through the village. Durnstein, as will they. So they're blocking the dragoons. And over here, they will attack them. They can't move, and they can't move. These guys can, so they'll go in there. Rally. Cavalry, no. Infantry down here, no. These guys, they're pinned, so they can move next time. Cavalry here, no. Infantry back here, no. Oh, these guys can move, couldn't they? Yes. And the guns can move forward. They need to unpin, no. French firing here, 4, no effect. Over here, 1, that is certainly no effect. And over here, 2, no effect. Right, back to the melees. Kutuzov is in with his battalion against the Legere here. They've also got the divisional commander though, Gazan, so it's +1 each. 6-2, +4. Legere is slaughtered. Has Gazan caught it up? No. He's going to scuttle away over there. They have to follow up. They're into the village. This melee here, no pluses for either side. Win by 1. French will rout, and they do. So away they go. Optional follow-up, the Russians will not. And the final melee also net 0 for both sides. That's a +3 win for the Russians. Sorry matey, you're gone. It's an optional follow-up, and do you know what? They are going to smash down the hill into them who's disrupted. +1 for the Russians because it's their second melee, but the French are disrupted. Roll again. Ooh, look at that. That battalion is also smashed. And they follow up. Well, they're not going to go into the Danube. Well, it's the French move, and this frontal division has disappeared. The only elements left are this Dragoons and Mortier, the corps commander, who's surrounded. And Dupont has got about 3 battalions left with some cavalry, and that is it. So Mortier and the Dragoons are going to snuggle around there. They can bypass them quite easily. I think here they're going to stay. They have to rally anyway, and they will attack with Dupont. Firing by the Russians, they will fire at them. No effect. They will fire at them. No effect. So we've got 1 melee here. It's +1 to the French because they've got the divisional commander Dupont with them. Win by 1 by the French. Russians will rout. But are they actually destroyed? Oh, they are. Gone. Well, it's getting very dark now on the battlefield, and Mortier is desperately trying to escape the clutches of the Russians here, and he might just do it, but his corps has been hit very hard. Well, none of these can move because they need rallying, which I'll do now. No, no, and no. So they're all stuck there. These battalions will turn around and move up. They'll evade slightly. And this lot back here all still disrupted. No, they need 6. They get it. Are they going to do any good back there? They can move. Guns can move. Back here, I'll get them moving. I think they were rallied earlier. Firing by the French, they will fire at them. 6. They're all disrupted. No melees. French are moving. They're going to scoot over there with Mortier. They will turn there. Need to rally. No. No. Carry a up there. Well, like I said there, it is getting dark now, and I think realistically, rather than fighting to the death, the French, what's left of the corps, which is basically half a division, are going to slip away in the night. There's a few elements of Russians lurking around in the rear, but they've got the cavalry on their left flank, a battalion here, a battalion there, another one there, and Mortier extracting with his dragoons here. And the Russians, whilst they're following up and have smashed the front division, are looking a bit ragged themselves. And with it getting dark, I think it's only fair to say the French can slip away. However, certainly a resounding victory for the Russians there, and Mortier's corps has been pretty much destroyed. Well done, the Russians. Well done, Kutuzov. Got out your pit early enough to influence the battle.